What's up guys, it is Chris back with another watch video, and today we're talking about 5 divers under $1,000. Basically, I just wanted to come up with this list after doing a few different videos on Mito, Certina, and Eterna, and I figured there are some really great dive watches that cost under $1,000 from really awesome brands. And of course, I figured, what the hell, I'll do a top 5 video. So getting right into it, my top 5. Starting with, I think, a very obvious watch, the SBDC 061 from Seiko. So this is one of my favorite dive watches that you could buy. It is an extremely capable dive watch, 200 meters water resistant, 44 millimeters. You get the 6R15. Now they're upgrading some of the movements in these, and you get a sapphire crystal, a really great bracelet. Just in general, a really good watch, a really good looking watch, and a very capable watch. These are inspired by vintage divers from Seiko, so these have a vintage feel to them. They wear smaller than their 44 millimeters. The 6R15 is a pretty nice movement. It's not the best movement. They retail for about $1,000, just over $1,000. However, on the secondary market, you can get these at around $700 to $800. Depending on the variant that you want, but you can get one with the blue dial. They have all different sorts of bezel combinations that you can get, blue bezels and Pepsi bezels. So really great everyday watch, really capable dive watch, and obviously I own that watch. I love it. Also, another mention here would be the SBDC 033 or the Sumo, the Blue Sumo, the Blumo. Another really great watch, and especially the new watches that they've just recently come out with. The Blumo has a ton of upgrades, so now you're getting a sapphire crystal with that. You still get that 6R movement, which is fantastic. Looks a little bit different, a little bit more modern, I would say, than the SBDC 061. Absolutely also a fantastic watch, 200 meters water resistant, a little bit larger, but wears very, very well. Another watch that I also have in my collection. I absolutely love the Blumo. The next watch on my list is Mito and the Ocean Star. Ocean Star has been a very, very strong lineup of watches for Mito. However, not hugely popular here in the United States. They are really, really robust, really well-made watches. The Ocean Star has a bunch of different lineups. However, there is one specific line that I absolutely love. It is their Tribute. It's called the Ocean Star Tribute, and they are very, very good looking watches. Again, you get a 200 meter dive watch. They're about 40.5 millimeters. You get that Powermatic 80 because it is part of the Swatch group. You also get a beautiful bracelet on this watch. It's sort of like a mesh bracelet meets a beads of rice. It's a really beautiful bracelet. Very well-made watch, and just a good-looking watch in general. There's a whole bunch of watches in the lineup through the Ocean Star lineup, and there are a bunch of different price points that you can get watches from. So on the secondary market, these start at around $500 and they go up to about $1,000. And even if you want to buy a brand new, even the Tribute, the one that I'm talking about, you can get those for about $1,000. So if you want to buy new, or if you want to buy used or gray market, you can get a Mito Ocean Star, depending on which one you like. If you like the more modern style or the more vintage style, like the Tribute, like I like. They have different sizes as well. They go up to 43 millimeters, 44 millimeters, and down to 40 millimeters. There are plenty of offerings from Mito in that Ocean Star line, and they're all very capable, very good-looking dive watches. The next watch on my list, so number 3, is the Certina DS PH200M. This is an amazing, amazing watch from Certina. Obviously not available in the United States, but you can buy these watches on eBay, you can get them on Amazon. And of course, you could buy them directly through Certina in roundabout ways, but you can get them. And these are really good looking watches. They come in between 42 and 43 millimeters. They also get that Powermatic 80. Now they're coming in with a brand new one that has a ceramic bezel, and it's like a notched ceramic bezel that has a slight dome to it. So it almost looks like a ceramic / sapphire bezel. It looks absolutely fantastic, and they are pretty affordable. These come in at around $1,000. brand new. And then on the secondary market, they actually sell a little bit higher than that here on eBay in the United States because they are very hard to come by. And there are a few sellers on Amazon that have them as well, and they're in the same price range. So those are new and or used. Sometimes Joma Shop actually has them as well. So definitely check around if you're interested in Certina. Certina makes some really cool watches. And the PH200M, the one that I'm actually talking about, is again inspired by a past reference from the 1970s, 1960s. And they are really good looking and very capable dive watches, just like the rest on this list, 200 meters as I mentioned. And just a really nice dive watch if you're interested in something a little bit different that you won't see every day. Speaking of something that you won't see every day, the next watch on my list is the Eterna Super Kontiki. We're talking about a watch that retails for around $4,000. However, on the secondary market, you can buy these brand new for well under $1,000. And they are available on eBay and other outlets where they sometimes just get pushed through and are selling for around $700–800, brand new with box papers, the whole thing. And they are really cool watches, very capable dive watches. These are a little bit larger, 45 millimeters. However, they get an SW200, which is a very good Swiss-made Eterna. And you get a whole bunch of other really good specs with these. They are large, as I mentioned. However, they are coming from a brand with a very rich history of making dive watches. The Eterna Kontiki has a lot of history. These were actually used by Israeli special forces. They were part of the Dirty Dozen, Eterna was. But specifically, the Super Kontiki was actually used by Israeli special forces. So these are field-tested watches. They are really good dive watches. Definitely check them out. I'm very much an Eterna fan, as you guys know if you know this channel. I just recently purchased a Royal Kontiki, which I think is absolutely fabulous. Their in-house movements are a little shifty, so you have to be careful with the in-house movements because they aren't as reliable as obviously the SW200 or anything with an ETA movement. Those are going to be very reliable and serviceable by anybody. The Royal Kontiki has an in-house movement, so some of those will not be as serviceable. And then there are the regular Kontiki line, and they have a few different versions of those. Those are actually a little bit more expensive than the Super Kontiki. So I definitely would go with the Super Kontiki if you are interested. I think those are really great watches, especially considering the brand and the heritage. Last but not least is the Auris Aqua. This is an extremely capable dive watch, 300 meters, water resistant. They come in at around 43 millimeters, a bunch of different sizes you can get these watches in. Usually they come with a Sellita SW200, depends on which one you're buying. It could have an ETA movement or it could have a Sellita movement, but usually now they are coming with a Sellita movement. These come with ceramic bezels. They have integrated bracelets on, and they come with really nice rubber straps as well with micro adjust in them. Auris in general makes some really awesome dive watches. Definitely check them out. I really like the Auris 65, also another watch that you can get in that $1,000 range. These all retail for higher. However, on the secondary market, if you go to Joma Shop, gray market, if you go on eBay, they are selling for around $1,000, just under $1,000, especially if you do a little bit of hunting. And these are really, like I said, capable dive watches, 300 meters, and they are a nicely sized, nicely proportioned watch. However, be careful because there are some replicas on eBay that you need to be really careful of buying. They have replicated the watch down to every nut and bolt, and obviously they're putting cloned ETA movements in there, made in China. Always be careful when you're purchasing on eBay. I've gotten burned in the past, so definitely take your time and find the right watch. That's the best way of doing it. And I mentioned Joma Shop in the past. They have a bunch of Aquas on their website, and they're actually very, very well priced. All of them coming in at around, not all of them, but most of them come in around $1,000 for the entry-level Aquas. There's a bunch of different levels of watch within the lineup, so you could go up to $3,000–4,000, or you can get one for around $1,000, and that's sort of just a blue dial or a black dial. There's one with a black dial with an orange lume on it that I absolutely love. I think they look great, and I'll throw some pictures of those up, obviously. Anyway, if you found this video interesting or helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. Please add a comment below. Tell me what you think of the watches that I've chosen. These are just 5 watches that I've chosen, and they're always been watches that I either have had in my collection or I wanted to have in my collection, so I figure I would go ahead and make a video about it. Again, 5 watches under $1,000. There's probably 100 watches under $1,000 that you could think of that are dive watches. Dive watches are super popular, and it's tough to really narrow it down. But anyway, leave a comment below. It is much appreciated. Please don't also forget to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. Also, I have some links in the description. Those links are to watches. If you click one of those links and buy anything, it doesn't have to be one of those watches. It goes to help supporting the channel, and it is much appreciated. Anyway, thank you for logging on, and I will catch you guys in the next video.